A pivotal year awaits for Billy Napier and the Florida Gators, but there's hope on the horizon. These are 3 reasons why I believe that Florida football will be better this fall. Hello, everyone. I'm Chris Phillips of SEC Unfiltered. Appreciate each and every single one of you tuning in. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button on YouTube. Check us out via podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. You can also find us across all social media platforms, as well as our website, SECUnfiltered.com. We're brought to you by our friends over at MyBookie. Guys, head over to MyBookie.ag. Use promo code SECU at sign up to receive a special welcome offer on your first deposit. Again, guys, that's MyBookie.ag. Promo code SECU to get your welcome offer today. Billy Napier and the Florida Gators face what's undoubtedly a pivotal 2024 season. Guys, these are 3 reasons why I believe that Florida will be better in the 2024 college football season. And guys, you look at the first 2 years of Billy Napier, there's a lot to improve on. There's a lot to strive for. We're talking about a Florida program once proud, back-to-back losing seasons. For the first time in years, 3 straight losing seasons in Gainesville would be unprecedented. But as I mentioned, I believe there is hope on the horizon. I think there's reasons why Florida could be much improved and could be a better football team this season. And guys, we'll start with number 1. And this is a great place to start, because you look at some of the offseason chatter when it comes to Florida, it almost seems as if people are forgetting how good Graham Mertz was a season ago. Admittedly, guys, I was someone, when we did preseason SEC power rankings for quarterbacks entering 2023, I had Graham Mertz dead freaking last. I will own that. I had Graham Mertz at 14th. I was not a believer in Graham Mertz. I had no idea. What are they getting out of this Wisconsin transfer? What's he going to be able to do in the SEC? Then that spring game happened, right? That was that 10-7 or 13-7 spring game. We're thinking to ourselves, oh my goodness, Florida might have a quarterback controversy. This may lead to a disaster season. Folks, to say that Graham Mertz was the biggest surprise of 2023 across the league is putting it lightly. And I still don't think, for whatever reason, I think Graham Mertz is still not getting the respect he deserves. Folks, I'm proud to say you're not going to get that disrespect from here, because I think Graham Mertz is one of the best in the SEC. I think he's at minimum a top half of the league quarterback. And I mean, again, guys, that's including Quinn Ewers and Jackson Arnold from Texas and Oklahoma, respectfully. I still think that Graham Mertz is a top half of the league QB. He led the SEC in completion percentage, had a fantastic touchdown to interception ratio. And guys, one of the biggest reasons I think Florida could be and will be better this season, Graham Mertz is still one of the most underrated quarterbacks in the SEC. And we don't talk about Florida the way that we typically would talk about, oh, that team's got their starting quarterback back. Oh, they're going to be good. They're going to be set. They should be okay. That at least gives them a chance. For whatever reason, people still brush off Graham Mertz as he's all right. He's okay. He's whatever. He's dink and dunk. No big deal. Guys, get it in your heads right now. Graham Mertz is one of the better quarterbacks in the SEC. He's a top half of the league quarterback. And for him to be what he was in 2023, I can't wait to see what this kid can be and what he will be in 2024. And again, guys, I think his return, I think it's going to lead to improvement for Florida, undoubtedly. Guys, my second reason why I believe Florida football will be better this season, when you look on the defensive side, guys, injuries plague this group. And certainly you got some holes to fill. You got a couple guys that left via the transfer portal. But there's 2 names that stand out to me. Sharif Denson and Justice Boone. And I think in year 2 of Austin Armstrong, your defensive coordinator, this is a guy, guys, that was talked about extremely highly this time last year, going into last season, one of the young up-and-comers in college football. I think guys like Sharif Denson, Justin Spoon, finally being healthy, I think it's going to spark major improvement on the defensive side. And guys, you look at Sharif Denson, this was a dude that in the spring game had a big game. And this is someone they are very, very, very high on. Very high on. So I think Sharif Denson, Justice Boone. There's others on the defensive side as well. I'm a believer in Austin Armstrong. I think in year 2, they will be better. I think it's going to spark major improvement, though. Florida being healthy. Knock on wood. Everybody stays that way. But I think it will lead to improvement on the defensive side. I think Florida will be even better than they were a season ago. And I know they struggled at times. They struggled mightily. Again, getting guys like Sharif Denson, Justice Boone, healthy, having all of your best players, having your most talented players on the field and not on the sidelines due to injuries, I think is going to lead to massive improvement. Guys, my third and final reason why I think Florida football will be better this season. Simply put, Billy Napier knows what's at stake, right? You could argue going into last year, guys, it's year 2 of his tenure. Florida was not going to fire Billy Napier. There were 31 million reasons or so why, right? Let's just call it for what it is. But coming into year 3, there is no excuse, right? You can talk about schedule all you want. You can talk about roster. You can talk about this. You can talk about that. Guys, there's no excuse. And you look at, guys, it's not just the fact that Florida has lost in the first 2 years of Billy Napier. It's how they've lost, right? Stupid mistakes. Florida has been a stupid football team. 2 guys wearing the same number on special teams. Special teams blunders all over the place. Constantly, relentlessly. And guys, listen, if Billy Napier does not make those corrections, he deserves to be fired, right? Because it's like writing's on the wall. It has to get fixed. And if Billy Napier, and this goes for any coach, if you're not willing to make the adjustments and change something, and it's just same old, then you know what? You deserve the boot because you're too stubborn for your own good. I don't think that's the case, though. I still believe in Billy Napier, what he can be now. What he will be, we'll see. But I think Billy Napier, guys, you're at a breaking point. You know what's at stake. You know it's win or get out. You got an extremely difficult schedule that even if you play your best and you play clean football, it's going to be very, very difficult to satisfy this Gators fan base. But how you play, how you win and lose in a year like this, it's just as important, guys. Because, hey, not all 6 and 6s are built equally. Not all 7 and 5s are built equally. Dare I say, not all 5 and 7s are built equally. How are you winning? How are you losing? The boneheaded plays and Florida being a stupid football team has to stop. And I have to think going into year 3 with what's on the line, Billy Napier knows what's at stake and those improvements will be made. And if they're not, the decision will be very easy. But I think Billy Napier knows what's at stake. I think he understands what has to be done. And I don't believe that Billy Napier will be stubborn enough to allow what has plagued them the first 2 years to continue. And I think it will lead to improvement for Florida by, hey, guess what, guys? Just being kind of a smart football team. What a welcome sight that would be. So again, guys, 3 reasons why I believe Florida football will be better this season. Number 1, Graham Mertz is still one of the most underrated quarterbacks of the SEC. Number 2, the return of Sharif Denson and Justice Boone in year 2 of Austin Armstrong. And number 3, Billy Napier knows what's at stake. Guys, that's going to do all for me. Appreciate each and every single one of you tuning in. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button on YouTube. Hit that bell icon as well so you get notifications of when we go live and when we drop new video content, which is each and every single day. Also, guys, check out the podcast, which drops daily, iTunes, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. Also, you can find us across all social media platforms, as well as our website, SECUnfiltered.com. Until next time, guys, I'm Chris Phillips of SEC Unfiltered. Appreciate each and every single one of you tuning in, and we'll catch you on the other side.